Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kai Waza, also known as John Charles, also known as Tiki Java in certain circles. And today is a Hawaiian record music update. So I'm going to show and we're going to play some samples today of Hawaiian records that I have acquired since my last Hawaiian record update, which has been a while. I have a very massive collection of Hawaiian records, about 2,700, and I have a hobby radio station online called Hawaiian Hi-Fi, where you can hear selections from all of these records 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a hobby. I don't make any money off of it. It's just for fun and to share the music. And you can tune into Hawaiian Hi-Fi anytime at live365.com. I'm going to link that below. And these are records that, Hawaiian records. Hawaiian, we use the term loosely. Hawaiian related, island inspired, la-di-da-di-da. Okay, so let's take a look at the records we're going to look at today. First up is, it is a Japanese release, although the artists are Hawaiian. It was a series of records called the Immortal Hawaiian series. This is number 6. I have several of them. I don't off the top of my head know how many. But this was released by MCA Records of Japan in 1974. Not released in the United States ever, to my knowledge. And this one features Saul Hoopii and his group, along with the Moana Serenaders. Side 1 being Saul Hoopii, side 2 being the Moana Serenaders. The Moana Serenaders appears to be a Saul Hoopii group, or Saul Hoopii was a member of that group, although I guess there's a little debate about that. I'm not sure. For me, what was most interesting, but these recordings are much, much older. These are like recordings from the 20s and the 30s. So this was issued in 74, but these are very old recordings. But what was interesting to me is I almost didn't pick this up because I felt like I had most of these songs already by Saul Hoopii on other albums. But I thought, well, I don't really have these Moana Serenader sides, and you know, it's a kind of a good collection. Why don't I just get it? What surprised me, though, when I was playing it for the first time and digitizing it, was I thought, you know, I do have these songs, but I'm not sure that these are actually the same renditions. And sure enough, if you have earlier Saul Hoopii releases of his songs like Stackley Blues, Farewell Blues, 12th Street Rag, Fascinating Rhythm, Wang Wang Blues, Hula Blues, those songs are on those other releases, other compilations. However, these are different recordings of them from the ones I had on the previous releases. These are later recordings on an electric steel guitar, not acoustic, but they're still like from the 30s, I think. So they're a little different, you know, and the sound is a little different because it's an electric steel guitar, but it's still great and wonderful, and it was cool to have these different renditions. And I loved the songs from the Moana Serenaders on here. Some of them just Romance Land and Honolulu Tomboy, some great stuff that I have not heard renditions of or even heard the song before. So yeah, I was happy to pick that one up. Okay, this one's not exactly a new acquisition. I'm just gonna mention this. I picked this up, yeah, in Arizona, I believe, when I was hauling stuff in the dollar bins, and this was in the dollar bin. Now, the reason I'm showing it to you, Hawaiian Dreams by Sam Makia and his Hawaiian. Sam Makia was a steel guitar player. I've had a different cover of this same release, Hawaiian Dreams, for many, many years, and my grandfather had it. And it has also been released, I think, called Lure of the Islands, with yet a different cover. There's several different releases of Hawaiian Dreams out there with different covers, but they do all seem to credit Sam Makia as the artist, which it is. But the reason I bring this up, well, we do love this cover. I mean, this is very, whatever, 1970 or late 60s or whatever. But anyway, although I think I kind of prefer my original cover. I just mentioned it to you here just to say, if you ever come across this album, please do get it, because Sam Makia, and this is really, to me, Sam Makia in his prime. This recording is a steel guitar player who is just absolutely one of my favorite steel guitarists of all time. Extremely beautiful, extremely emotional playing. I mean, it's like you just, sometimes it's, you just want to cry, because it's like so beautiful. It's so sweet and quivering and lovely and whatever. And it's a beautiful, beautiful recording. His rendition of Sea Breeze, you know, Pa'ahana, it's beautiful stuff. So I just mentioned that here for that reason. Here's a recording also from Japan. I do have quite a few Japanese recordings here. This one is called The Waves and the Sea. It is from 1981. What's of interest here about this recording is this is Ohta-san, okay? The very famous ukulele player from Hawaii, who recorded many, many albums of Hawaiian music, both here in Hawaii and also for some mainland labels. Decca, I know he recorded for also. So there's a lot of Herb Ohta music out there. However, usually when you see stuff that's been released in Japan, it's not the same recordings that have been released in the United States. And this is a case in point. This is Herb Ohta with the Surfside Orchestra. Nothing unusual about the soundtrack. Very typical songs for a Japanese Hawaiian album. Your standards, all standards. Beyond the Reef and Bali High, etc. On the Beach at Bali Bali. That's really a Japanese standard. And so this recording, these songs, these particular versions, never issued in the United States or in Hawaii. And it's a nice recording, very nice. Like I said, the selections, the song selection is nothing new. If you like Herb Ohta, there are plenty of other renditions of Herb Ohta doing these same songs for the most part. But this is great. It's an orchestra, an ensemble. It's not completely, you know, solo ukulele, but it is ukulele based, ukulele highlighted. There is steel guitar, there is orchestra, and there is a wordless female singer that kind of comes in and out. It's kind of borders on exotica, I would say, this album. There are the ocean waves in and out of most, if not all, of the songs. You know, there's a little extra percussion going on, and like I said, the wordless female chorus adds a real, or the wordless female vocal adds a real, you know, touch of exotica there. So I recommend that one. If you're not gonna see it in a dollar bin, I don't think, but same here. It's another one from Japan. You're probably not gonna see it in a dollar bin, but if you do, all about Setsuo Ohashi. Very famous group in Japan, Setsuo Ohashi and his Honey Islanders. He created what he called the honey sound. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but he recorded a lot of Hawaiian songs, but he also recorded songs that were not Hawaiian, but gave them what he called the honey sound, which was basically using steel guitar, Hawaiian steel guitar, and making it kind of sweet. This album's about half Hawaiian songs and half not Hawaiian songs. It appears to be written on. I don't know if that's an autograph or that's just somebody scribbling with a marker. I don't know, but nice album. Not standards. I mean, the Hawaiian songs are Hometown Hawaii, Dreaming of Hawaii, red lei. So, you know, they're not the standards. Nice stuff. Kind of a typical Japanese style of playing the steel guitar. A little bit single note emphasis and plucky, I don't know, as opposed to being real slidey. I don't know the terminology. Here's another Japanese artist, Buckie Shirakata, and his Aloha Hawaiians. We are loving this cover. Like not exactly sure what's happening here, but very nice. Nothing unusual about the song list. It's sort of the usual standard Hawaiian standard songs, but it's quite pretty on the inside. It's a gatefold, so let's take a look. Quite the album here. Golden Hawaiian, again, gatefold. Some great, sort of clip art in here. That's an instrumental album featuring a lot of steel guitar playing. Next up, Hawaiian artist, still with us. Kind of rare these days when I can come across with a vinyl record and artists that are still with us, but I don't know if she's still recording or anything. I haven't heard anything lately. Oana Salazar. There you go. This was a cassette-only release in 1986. I don't believe it came out ever on CD. Cassette. And they used to, particularly Kahanu Records, which this is on, was very lovely in that I used to work in Hawaiian radio back in the day, in this time period, and they would, when things were coming out only on cassette, they would make vinyl pressings for the radio stations because we did not like to deal with cassettes. And that's what this is. I haven't had it, so I was really, really happy to get a hold of it, actually. And I love Oana Salazar's music. She is a singer. She is also a steel guitar player. One of the few really female steel guitar players. I don't know if she's playing steel guitar on this, though, because it lists a few other people as playing steel guitar. Eddie Palama, Nama Tamago. So I don't know, but she sings, she composes. There's some nice stuff on this album, a lot. Navai, the song, I really, really love. Pupukea was something that was quite popular. We played it a lot. Kula Morning, Makanani. Yeah, I don't know what your chances are of coming across this record really cheaply, but cassettes pop up too, so you never know. If there are some, it's just, are there a lot of cassettes from the 80s that have made it to 2026? I mean, it was a very volatile format. I'm not a fan of it. So anyway, I do love Oana Salazar's other releases. She did a couple other albums, CDs, so they're kind of a little bit past the era we cover on Hawaiian Hi-Fi. But this album, happy to have it in the collection and selections rotating on Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. Here's a record from Germany. It's Germany, yeah. Ricky King, South Sea Dreams. Sort of a combination of Hawaiian and a few Caribbean songs on this one, but as is the case with European releases, I don't know if they were that cognizant of the difference between them, or they sort of thought they were all in the same ocean, or it was just kind of, the islands. But yeah, I was kind of excited to get this. I got this cheap. I just got this for a couple bucks at a show very recently. Surprised to see it here in Hawaii, being a German record, and I'm gonna say I was a little disappointed with it. I love some of the Euro Hawaiian music. It's very SpongeBob SquarePants and ABBA-esque and whatever. Like, I love it. I love it. And this did not quite, for me, push those buttons. It's a guy playing an electric guitar, doing some Hawaiian songs, Blue Hawaii, whatever. There's some original compositions that are okay. They weren't exciting. And then some Caribbean songs like Son of Jamaica or Jamaica Farewell. Actually, his version of Jamaica Farewell was probably the best thing on the album, I thought. But anyway, we have it. It's here. It was a couple bucks. I'm not going to complain about it. On the other end of things, talking about guitars, we have this Japanese release, Beat Guitar Hawaii by the Dynamic Echoes. This is great stuff. It's great stuff. 1965, this came out. I don't know who the Dynamic Echoes are. I don't know if that's actually a Japanese group or somebody that just recorded. Probably is, because it's got, it's instrumental. The songs are, again, the pretty typical songs. I mean, your Hawaiian Paradise and On a Tropic Night and On the Beach at Waikiki and Song of the Islands, Hawaiian War Chant, etc. Nothing really unusual in the track listing, but of course it's the arrangements. I wouldn't say this is purely surfing music. It's not purely surf music, but there's definitely, it's oriented that way. There's kind of a beat to it of that time period. There's a surf guitar. It's not highly fuzzy, but there's guitars, some surf guitars, and there's Hawaiian guitars, and as I said, the arrangements are kind of beach blanket bingo or something. Really cool record. I really enjoyed it. It's a good one. I wonder if it's on YouTube. I should check and see if that record's on YouTube. That might be a good one to put up if it isn't. Finally today, a 1983 release, Hawaii, Its People and Its Places. This is a gatefold, and we're gonna take a look. And it's just two records, and it's chock full of all the standards of Hawaii, the standards here that people would expect. In addition to the Hapahali songs like My Little Grass Shack, it definitely has those. It also has things like Honolulu City Lights, beautiful Kauai, Waikiki. I think these are here standard songs that people like. Nani Waimea, Kaimani Hila. Anyway, I would say the star of this album is Nina Kealiiwahamana. We love Nina. We love it when she's on a record. And she does, this is kind of an unusual record because it's not just music. I mean, it is primarily music, but there's introductions to songs, kind of like you're on a little tour. This is whatever, where such and such happens. And it's Nina doing these introductions. There's a booklet here that we're gonna take a look at. So yeah, this is the gatefold inside a map of the Hawaiian Islands, and that's what this record is. It is basically they go island by island, sort of on a little tour. The artists, Nina Kealiiwahamana, who is the narrator, and she sings many of the songs, and then the other musicians are part of the vocal group that sings some of the others, and there's a great couple of instrumentals here. A great Billy Hugh Len instrumental steel guitar of Cockeyed Mare of Kanakakai, which I love that song when you do a good arrangement of it. I feel often that song I mean, it's a comedy song, whatever, but it seems like, to me, many times it's kind of a throwaway song that they don't really give a very cool arrangement to, and I love the steel guitar playing on the Cockeyed Mare instrumental version on this album. These two albums.
Oh, I forgot to say, time for some needle drops. Let's listen to selections from these albums.
Dresses fine, most fine, and the Malahini say she's a beauty. Oh, how she loves to dance, while in a trance she should take a chance. Nā vai na ana ono like o leo ka oino na e ku uwai apo. Lalu lalu ka Moana, ku piki piki o ke kai. One na holo ka pumu, kai kolo he kai he he na.
That is it for today. I remind you guys, if you would like to check out Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. That's going to be linked below in the description box. It's on live365.com. And please like this video, subscribe, put something in the comments if you have any of these records or are familiar with these artists or anything to say about them. And if you don't have anything to say, you can just put a little heart or a little, whatever. Any little comment kind of helps, I guess, the algorithm pick it up more or something. I mean, not that I'm into all that. It doesn't really matter. But those who want to see will see and will find, right? I mean, I think that's how my station's been built. I never really do that much in terms of promotion or whatever. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.